The full moon hung heavy in the sky, burning crimson like a bleeding wound in the heavens. It was that time again, the night when he walked among them, in the small and suspecting town of Black Hollow. Legends spoke of a demon that came every full moon, whispering promises to those desperate enough to listen. He fed on desire, preying on greed, longing, and despair. If he struck a deal, he would claim his victim's soul, wearing their flesh like a disguise, walking the earth as a man until the next full moon. And tonight, John became his target. John sat alone in his dimly lit apartment, drowning in regret. His life was falling apart, his wife had left, his business was failing, and debt suffocated him like a noose. He wanted more money, more time. That's when he heard the knock, slow, deliberate, and natural. John's breath caught in his throat. It was nearly midnight. Who would be at his door? He hesitated before opening it. A man stood there, or at least something trying to be a man. His face was too perfect, his eyes to dark bottomless pits that reflected nothing. His grin stretched a little too wide, exposing teeth that were jagged and sharp, like a predator's. He wore a crisp black suit, though the air around him smelled of sulfur and decay. "You look troubled, John," the stranger said, his voice a sickly sweet whisper. "I can help." John took a step back. "Who are you?" The man's grin widened. "A friend. And I can give you exactly what you need, for a small price." The room grew colder. Shadows John felt an invisible hand caress his thoughts, stirring his deepest desires. He saw himself rich beyond measure, his wife returning, his failures erased. "All you have to do is say yes." John's heart pounded. Every warning in his mind screamed run, but the temptation was suffocating. His lips parted, and then he saw it. The man's shadow on the wall wasn't human. It twisted and writhed, horned and monstrous, its clawed fingers curling like it was already grasping his soul. And in that moment, John understood. If he agreed, he wouldn't just lose his soul, he would cease to exist. His body, his mind, his very identity would become nothing more than a skin suit for the thing standing before him. John stumbled backward, shaking his head. "No, get out." The demon's face twitched, the grin faltered, then slowly it leaned in, its breath ice cold against John's ear. "You will beg for me soon." And just like that, the man vanished, melting into the shadows. The next morning, John woke to find a handprint burned into his door. A warning, a promise. The full moon would return in a month, and so would the demon. John had denied him once. He would not be so lucky next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to The Dark Archivist for more videos.